So, have you heard about the sugar diet? I've been doing the sugar diet now. It sounds completely ridiculous, but I've been doing the sugar diet now for 3 months, and it has fixed my energy problems. I had other ways to have pretty good energy, but this is uncomparable to anything else. And it's an incredibly forgiving diet too. So you're having a lot of carbohydrate. You are able to actually uptake the glucose into the cell because you're eliminating dietary fat. Now, by eliminating dietary fat and protein, essentially what happens is you get this release of FGF21, I believe it's called. Maybe it's called fibroblast, something or other. And the way I describe it is that it's basically you are giving your body the ability to create its own Ozempic. Now for me, I thought I was fairly skinny before I started this diet, and I lost 15 kilos. So I suppose I had a bit of weight to lose, and it's been amazing. So it's incredibly forgiving. I might take a day off, but because my metabolism is so on fire, I feel like I just burn those carbs up so quickly. So maybe you've not heard about it, maybe it sounds ridiculous, but jump online, have a look around, try to type in high carbohydrate diet, low fat, high carbs, or you can look at sugar diet. It is in its beginning stages, so some of the information may change from day to day, but essentially it's quite simple. You cut fat. If you're trying to lose weight for a short amount of time, you cut protein until you can feel your muscles kind of crying out for a bit of protein, and consume fruits, pure sugar. I put sugar in water, I put sugar in juice. I add a bunch of sugar to a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't give you the jitters. It doesn't make you nervous and jittery and hyper rather, but it gives you a nice calm. In fact, sugar really is like a nice warm blanket, which I could use right now. I'm in Victoria, it's freezing here. Sugar is like a nice warm blanket over your adrenal response. So for those of you who live in fight or flight and your autonomic nervous system is easily triggered and you find it difficult to regulate your emotions, your sleep and that type of thing, the sugar diet is an incredible way to live your life. Some people are finding that they're becoming insulin sensitive on this diet because the theory is that dietary fat blocks the glucose receptor site on the cell, and so when you take carbohydrates in, your body spikes insulin, which is a normal response. But when the glucose receptor site is covered in the fat, then the insulin has to work harder to shuttle the glucose into the cell. And by eliminating the dietary fat, you get an insulin spike and the glucose goes into the cell and the insulin goes down and you have normal blood sugar. So that's what I've been finding. This has been an incredible diet. It took about a week to really get the benefits, but I tell you what, I cannot highly recommend the diet enough. I've been traveling this past 10 days and it's just been so easy to meal prep. I've been doing a lot by foot because I've not had a car. I've had meetings and different events and catch-ups with lots of people, and I've not had to break the diet once. It's great to spark conversation. The other night I took a can of peaches, a massive can of peaches actually, to a meeting, and you know, you feel bad that you have to have different food, but you don't feel like you're missing out. and you're so satiated after you have that meal that it really makes a difference. So if you're interested in the sugar diet, you can shoot me a message maybe or comment on this video, but I tell you what, you'll never ever ever know until you give it a go. You never know where the answer is going to be, but there's always an answer to every problem. So give it a shot, get educated, learn a little bit about it, and read your body's signals and see how you go. Sugar diet for the win.